Welcome to Fit Show 2025 NEC in Birmingham, joined by Michael and Robin. Welcome to both of you. Your first time here at the event. What brings you to the NEC in Birmingham?
We're new to the UK, really. Actually, we've been existing already for 20 years in North America. We're the #1 table saw manufacturer there, and they've asked us to build the business now in Europe. So we thought a great place to build awareness about table saw safety, get people to see a demonstration. You know, many people have heard of us before and seen a sausage demonstration sometime, but there's nothing like seeing it in real life.
And for you, Robin, obviously, we know you from YouTube. You're a little bit of a legend, let's be honest with you. What brings you here to be part of showcasing this today?
Well, fortunately, I'm very lucky to be invited by Fit as their sort of show ambassador. I hate using those terms. I'm a carpenter first and foremost. And I know Michael because when SawStop decided to come to the UK, Michael reached out to me thanks to YouTube and said, you know, do you want to have a look at the saw? And we had lunch and we sat down. This was a good 2 years ago probably now. And I said, look, it looks really good, but you can see I've got a lot of other table saws, so it's going to need to be significantly better than what I've got for me to get behind it as well. And of course, I was able to take those two saws, the portable saws, out on site without any kind of, I didn't have to film anything, it was just use them, see what I thought. And they genuinely are a good saw. Not only are they a good saw, the safety that is built into it is fantastic. Fortunately, I still have all my digits. But there's a lot of people who have lost digits. How many in America?
49,000 accidents every year.
Wow.
One every 8 minutes.
49,000 a year.
Yeah, that's right.
Is it bad that when I went to shake both your hands, I did check first? It's not even a joke. I mean, we sort of joke, but that is horrific. That is genuinely horrific. And that sort of level of 2025, we should not be experiencing those accidents in this world.
Well, I think, you know, woodworkers, carpenters, joiners, everybody knows somebody who's had an accident. We meet so many people here who stand up and show us that they've had an accident. And so we're trying to raise that awareness that risk that everybody accepts, you don't have to accept it anymore. For 20 years, SawStop has been developing this technology with incredible reliability, saved countless fingers, and it's a fantastic product as well.
To go into the safety just very quickly though, what is the main reason? Is it, I don't want to say the word carelessness, but is it just that you lose focus for just that split second?
It's a fantastic point, but as Michael will say, some of the people that we meet, especially across in North America, for example, who tell us their story. Now, these are people who have been working in workshops nearly all of their life, and it takes one incident, okay? And even with all that experience, you can still lose a hand. It might be something to do with the material, snagging, catching, or something like that. It might just be the fact that, you know, let's take the worst case scenario, you have a heart attack and you fall on the blade. You know, these things do happen. You know, it's not unheard of. So, yeah, anyway, you could probably fill them in on that.
It can really just happen to anybody. You know, we show images on the trailer of guys with 30 years of shop experience, and sometimes it's something as simple as a kickback. You know, that causes an accident, causes your hands to be broken. So many different reasons. It's just an accident can happen to anybody.
Can I take you back to why you came up with this and how you came up with this innovation? And was it someone that you knew, or you just were in the industry and was like, this is too many accidents, we've got to do something about this?
Yeah, it was 20 years ago, a woodworker in a barn in North America. He came up with the idea, and everybody thought it was, you know, an amazing idea, but it would never work. And he spent, you know, a number of years developing it, demonstrating it around, and over those 20 years, they've built up this business and built up the reputation whereby we're #1 in North America because of the technology and because of an amazing product as well.
We have a lot of people waiting to see this demonstration here as well. I like the way that I know you can't necessarily see everyone, but there's a lot of them and they're all standing quite far back. Is that normal? People sort of keep a distance from you with a saw?
But come on in, you're very welcome to come and see it. Get your mobile phones out, this is one of people.
Okay, so get ready to film this. I'm going to hand this over to you. I'm going to try and keep a microphone near you, but I'm going to stay away from, and I never thought I'd say this to another man, I'm going to stay away from your sausage. So I'll be over there if you need me. Good luck, and let's watch this happen.
Yeah, so one thing to tell you just about the technology, a lot of people ask us, how does it work? Well, it's really very simple, and that's why it is so reliable as well. There's a 3-volt signal always running on the blade, and when your finger comes into contact with it, we can detect it, we can stop it, we can drop it below the table in less than 5 milliseconds. And that's 10 times faster than the airbag in your car, far faster than you guys could ever possibly react. It's exactly the same technology between this biggest professional cabinet saw over here, our site saws over there. They work all in exactly the same way. The blade is spinning at 4,000 RPM, so in order to stop it, we need to absorb 1,000 Gs of force. And so they're all designed to just take that force, get it back up and running again. You'd need to replace a brake cartridge like this. This is 80 pounds, but if it saves your finger, that could be 800 pounds. You wouldn't care, right? And then 50% of the time, you may need to replace a blade as well, but a blade is going to cost relatively little too. And to get reset, it's really going to take you just a couple of minutes. It's going to take you longer to just calm yourself down and have a cup of tea or coffee and think about what the hell just happened than it is to reset, and we can show you how to do that too. Okay. Right? So let's get on with the demonstration. Okay, now this is a demonstration. Please don't do this at home. I'm not using a blade guard. I've got the blade ridiculously high, but I just want you to see how fast this goes.
Oh.
And you can see that. You can see a little bit of damage.
Oh my gosh.
But that's it. If you would like to come and see us as well. Now, it's incredible the force, right? And
that
force
absorbs. Was insane, though.
Yeah, yeah. And so imagine that could have been a finger. Any other table saw, that would have been a finger. The table saw keeps running. There's blood everywhere. You don't want to think about that moment, right? And think about the consequences of that and what that would mean to your life, right? And this is the difference between a plaster and a plastic surgeon.
Wow. That is absolutely impactful. So before we saw this demonstration, we were talking about this when we knew we were going to come and have a conversation with you. And we were sort of trying to get in our heads, like, when it kicks in, it's still got one more rotation in theory in our heads. Like, how quickly can it possibly be? And that one rotation could still cut into your finger. You've just shown us that speed, that depth, for it to kick in is absolutely incredible.
Yep. Yeah, and what I find incredible as well is that you can always count on that. 20 years of reliability. We've never had a failure, and it's always going to work in that moment when you need it, when your skin comes into contact with the blade.
That is absolutely phenomenal. That is the future of safety right there, isn't it? Can I ask you obviously a very serious question? How many sausages have been ruined in the making of this product?
Yeah, we recycle them. We eat them, So, I mean, you don't want to use a tiny sausage. If you've got a decent length sausage, you're going to be much better off, I think.
If you're not booked for stand-up by the end of this show, there's no justice. Honestly, gentlemen, this has been an absolute pleasure to see. It really has. Why should people come and visit you and see this demonstration, not just on our cameras, but see this in real life?
Well, they should come and talk to us about, safety and about, what that would mean to them. Talk about the product and then just see the demonstration. There is nothing like seeing it in real life. And of course, if Robin's around, come and talk to him.
Yep, and as I say, I love it as an ambassador for you guys as well, because of the fact that I do use them out on site. They are reliable, and there's so much more about these saws than we can do in a sort of 5-minute demonstration. For example, you might be thinking, what about wet timber? So we can talk all about wet timber, for example. We can also show you how you can test the blade. Is it going to go off if I use this material? You can do all of that sort of stuff. It's very clever, the tech. And as Michael said, actually replacing that out on site in the field, it is super easy. We can probably do that here and now if you want to hang on. So it's really easy. And the blades are good blades and they're inexpensive. That's probably £30, Michael. So they're comparable to other types of saw blades that you might buy anywhere else.
But what you say is the cost of replacing this, or those few minutes to reset over the fact that someone could have lost a finger or digit, is not even, it's non-comparable, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. We're a German family-owned company as well, together with Festool and Shaper, part of the TTS group. And so we're a mission-driven company. We find it really important to make it accessible, this technology, so that you can enjoy your woodworking hobby, your career, for years and years to come, in safety, with the best product you can possibly get.
Gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. Just gonna grab it. I'll see you in a bit. Thanks, buddy.